Homeland has ordered me to Washington as soon as I've got the vehicle case. Apparently the request came from the White House.
Well, we're looking for an excuse to clean house. Sure will be next.
Come in. Yes, Chloe. Do you have something?
I need an authorization.
For what?
I need access to a high transport station.
You already have access.
Here's some new personnel.
What?
You're bringing Morris back?
Yes,
Why?
because I'm still trying to salvage something from the reporting of my
Bringing Morris back?
Hello.
No.
What's he doing?
I'm going to choose
Pretty sure Phoenix Labs is like secretly toxic as heck. Because it's like this update was a nightmare. Like, this dude is already like down a health pot when he's using guns. Oh man. Oh man. Whatever. Please don't charge him. Of course he did. Would be easier if this guy stayed dead. Good. That's very excellent. Oh, thanks for all those clips. It's true though, I don't.
Oh, come on.
See, I just don't miss. Man, public hunts are so cancer right now because... Oh, see, dude. Yeah, like, every single one is full of people with repeater pistols that do absolutely zero damage, so... Because, like, they forgot to put, a damage requirement on the quests for them. Or on, like, the hunts for them. So, people are going in... Like, I mean, I did it, but when I did it, I was with other people that had repeater pistols, and... But, at least, like, the people I was doing it with were decent, so even though the hunts took us 20 minutes, we still won all of them. But most of the time you go into these hunts now in any patrol and it's just a bunch of new players with repeater pistols and they just die non-stop. It's complete cancer. Like this whole hunt is going to be awful, I can already tell. I think I need a purple tail, so... What a legend with the Carback chain blades going for the leg breaks. I should have grabbed a Carback axe, actually. Excuse me. Razor Wing axe is pretty good in here. What a legend. Oh, okay, good. I'll take that trade. Oh yeah, there's like a weird thing you can do here. If you're standing in between his legs, you take 0 damage from that, even if you don't dodge. It's kind of funny. No. Worth? Very. Worth again. Sell update. What's new? New guns. Everyone is using them because they think they're good. And they could be good, but nobody actually knows whether or not they are yet, so... Because nobody has upgraded ones. They're all, like... most of the guns right now are, like, probably in the 380 to... Like, the high tier guns are probably, like, 380s. Like, I think mine are, like, 398. I don't know if anyone has more than that. I'm sure someone does, but... I haven't seen any. So, it's just, right now it's cancer because everyone's running around with like 200 guns, like damage 200, trying to do Maelstrom and get carried for their quest line. And so yeah, you can't like use guns because you're gonna have really slow fights and it's gonna be really annoying to deal with. Like if I were to pull out my guns, I would be the only gold slayer in this entire hunt, but it would still take forever to finish. Most likely. Oh, whatever, I guess I'll take a head. That tail should be so low right now. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have made this... Like, the guns are fun, but they could have done much better, like, much more with them. It's, like, just a missed opportunity, in my opinion. Maybe they'll do more, but... Like, they hyped up, like, how many grips and everything you would get, but really there's only 2. Because there's, like, the advanced and the not advanced. So there's, like... Yeah, there's an enormous amount of barrels and grips, but that's because a lot of them are lower level. And they just do the same thing, so there's no... Like, it doesn't matter that there's that many, because you just get a bunch of copies of the same crap over and over again. There's also grenades. I don't use them because they're bad, but there are grenades. The only grenades that might be considered decent are transfusion grenades, because they can heal you. But, I mean... It's whatever. You don't really need it. Like 3 of them or something is probably worth 1 health potion. Yeah, I mean, the pistols might be okay, but it's... First of all, to get the good ones, you need to... Each upgrade... or the upgrades for each part cost the same as an entire weapon upgrade. So you have 4 parts. That means you basically have to build 4 weapons to finish a pistol. And the best ones, for 2 of the best parts are Shroud and Rezakiri parts, but they don't add that kind of damage. All they do is just like, they have an effect. And it's like, one is like a wound that you can just last for like 10 seconds, and it's your right click, and it buffs your team's damage. And your damage, if it's like empowered is what they call it, when you reload next to the behemoth. And then the other one is like the Duelist's Prism, which whenever you dodge an attack, it takes 2 seconds off the cooldown of your skill, which is probably the best prism. It might not be the highest DPS. I'm not 100% on that. It would take some mathing, and I don't feel like doing mathing. But I'm just plus 10ing both of the potential ones and running them and seeing which I like more, to be honest. I think I can interrupt this one, yeah. Not that time though. Huh, oops. Oh well. And then you need Deadeye and Moonreaver, I think, to finish off the other 2 parts that are probably best in slot. I mean, you could do elemental barrels if you really want to, but they're not, like, in 4-man, unless you're all using the same element, they're useless anyways, unless you're going for the damage bonuses, and since there's no damage bonuses that apply to Rezakiri or Shroud, then there's no point, really. I mean, I guess you might be able to go for, like, fire if you want to use them against Koshai, but Koshai has a bullet shell thing, so a lot of the stuff you do with him is going to be kind of pointless. Sup, dude? I'm really annoyed with Phoenix Labs and like how they implemented this update though. I don't know what to think about them because I haven't gotten to try a full build on them yet. +3 cunning, lol. Because it takes, each part is the same as upgrading an entire weapon, so I'll show you. So like, this is, if I want to upgrade this, it's Infused Weapon Arcanite 24 to get it to like +1. So getting something to like +10 is just completely ridiculous. I've got one prism to 10, I'm working on the other one. And the marksman chamber, to get this to 10, you have to do a lot of Rezakiri, so, but I think I have most of what I need done for that. And then I think this I can, yeah, okay, so if you already know about upgrading, my opinion would be that they are good, but they're not, right now, man, okay, so they need to fix how they're implemented because everyone is going to hate these guns. Like, if I do a patrol right now, if I don't carry it, there's no way to win because everyone is just monging around with like unupgraded pistols and doing like no damage, right? Which means if you don't carry them, then you lose every hunt or you just do solo. Yeah, I hate the camera angle. I hate the zoom. The no sprint, it makes sense just because like from a gameplay standpoint, right? It punishes you, but I don't like how it feels. I really hate the fact that they like touted this as a super customizable weapon and said like there's so many different grips and stuff, but then there's actually only 2 because the other ones are like the non-advanced versions of the same thing. And the same with the barrels, there's like 16 barrels or whatever, but they're actually just the non-advanced versions and you're never going to use those. So I think they could have, instead of prisms having these stupid, arguably useless effects, they could have done something like allow them to have like a shotgun effect, right? Or Yeah, basically. And they could have done something like one prism would turn it into a shotgun, one prism would turn it into like a charge up sniper type thing. Yeah, I know you can't. There is no automatic reload, actually. It's because people are holding down the trigger too long. And if they fire the last bullet and they're still holding down, then it reloads. But if you let go as soon as it shoots, then it won't reload and you can just do it manually. It doesn't auto-reload unless you're holding down the mouse. But honestly, if you're playing them really like properly, you shouldn't be running through or going through all 12 shots anyways. So unless you're like just shooting something that's not going to ever hit you, because you need to get your reloads in and everything to make sure you're empowering all your shots. But I don't really need to keep count. I more so just reload whenever I see an opportunity to reload next to them, you know. So, and that happens more than every 12 shots most of the time, because that just keeps you empowered 100%, and you never have to worry about being not empowered. But so with the prisms, they could have done something like they could have made like a shotgun one, a sniper one. They could have done things that would adjust fire rates or whatever. They could have done a lot with the prisms and they didn't, so that's upsetting. With the chambers, there's only one good chamber, literally. The only good chamber is the Reza chamber. All the other, like there's just not another good one. There's no reason to use any of it except the Reza chamber. It's just so much better. And then as far as the barrels, yeah, like, it's nice to have the elemental options. I think that's the right thing to do, but they're so expensive to craft that just making the neutral one and rolling with it is at least good enough, you know? Plus, since there's no like Rezakiri or Shroud elemental barrels, then the only thing that you would really need would be like Koshai, so fire. There's no point in making anything else right now. Just fire and neutral. If you really want to take guns in there. Oh, I see they made the things actually not go through him anymore, which is nice. But yeah, they really needed to do something where like you could not take the guns into Maelstrom without having like a certain amount of damage. That's actually really good though. Because if it went forward, then every time you tried to dash, you would just end up hitting the behemoth, because that's where you'd be aiming. You'd have to turn your mouse if you ever wanted to hit it. Or if you ever wanted to dash like forwards and not run into the behemoth. You can always turn your mouse to go forward if you really want to, but I think going sideways is probably better. I don't bother using that lantern, but I just think the lifesteal is kind of a crutch anyways, so. Like, you're not going to get something done faster with the lifesteal, and I don't think the dash does enough damage to be to be valuable, but I could be wrong. I haven't even bothered farming it. Oh, it's like forward and sideways? Like a diagonal? Interesting. I'm just going to tank this. I don't really care. Never mind. Oh. Well, that's just weird then, but it probably has something to do with the camera angle. I don't know why I haven't been going for the head. I don't need any of these drops. But I think pistols are definitely a support weapon. Like, I don't see them. I mean, yeah, like maybe the best you could do would be if you had 4 pistols with marksman chambers. Almost. And that way you could just, you know, mark the same part and do insane amounts of damage. But I feel like that should probably be nerfed anyway. I feel like you shouldn't be able to have multiple marks on one thing. I don't know if you even can, but I know that I've been able to mark something with a blue mark, and then someone's put an orange mark on top of my blue mark, and it's done that. Which shouldn't be a thing. But who knows? Nope, sorry, bud. You're gonna fall over. that's actually that was satisfying. Yeah. I was like, I know he's going to charge again, so I'm going to hit him as he goes through me. But I guess, you know, whatever. He died. That's fine. What do I need now? Like Deadeye legs or something to finish off the grip. And then it's just going to be Rezakiri spam, which is just pure AIDS. What is this thing? Yeah, okay, so the grip just needs Deadeye parts, which means now I'm upgrading this. I don't have that many Rezakiri legs, but maybe it won't want that many more, who knows. And then I think this thing, a little bit more and I can get it to 5, and then it'll be done too. Then I can just do heroics, which will be so much nicer. Actually, it'll probably be even more terrible because all the stupid pistols are going to be in there trying to farm. Like, I get it, like, people want to use their pistols, you know? But they're not... If you don't have an upgraded pistol, trying to farm with it is just not a thing. Like, I would take one person if they had a marksman chamber. If they were actually going to be, like, marking the correct body part. That would help, but... Other than that, it's just useless. Until you have it maxed out. And then, who knows how good it is. I think, yeah, I mean, mine's only 406. The one nice thing about this, though, is it does let you do a lot of different things. Like, I'd probably run maybe even +6 evasion on pistols, because you don't need conditioning. It doesn't do anything for you. So, like, +6 evasion, evasive fury, and then, like, wild frenzy, predator, and rage would be pretty strong. I think that's what I usually run. Because then you just get yourself to half HP and you're like, you get like attack and attack speed steroids the whole time, and you can just iframe everything. Plus, since you're iframing like crazy and you have predator on, you're getting another damage buff. Like, yeah, it's really good. And my pistols are hitting 500s on a marked part with the buff from reload, so it could be okay. Like, you're dumping a lot of damage. If you're just damaging things without stopping, you're doing big numbers. The other thing is pistols can use things like frenzy potions and inspiring pylons better than anything else can. So, because like the pylons are basically useless on a melee weapon since you have to, you know, be in them. But the pistols, you could just put a pylon down and sit in it and have a 40% damage boost. It's pretty good. Oh. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like all the developers, like the good developers, are in like the world space stuff, you know, like it look and like the aesthetics and the art team and whatnot, and then they have like some janky ass balance team that they found on Craigslist or something, or like I don't know. Like, I like how the damage falls off with the pistols. I think that's good. But I think the reload needs to be faster to some extent, because if you try to reload near an enraged behemoth, like, no matter how, like, how well you do it or how well you time it, unless it's staggered or it's in a specific window, you can't do it. Like, you can usually at least attack something that's enraged with any other weapon, except maybe Koshai. Taking an axe into an enraged Koshai is probably not your best bet, but... Easy Q, dude. And the other thing is, like, the mines are absolutely awful. Like, unless you're in solo. If you're solo, the mines are probably, like, the best grip to be using, the Saboteur grip. But if you're in a group, it's actually bad. Because solo, you can actually throw them somewhere and then bait the behemoth into it. Like, you can actually 100% boop Karabak with the mines and make this fight like just a complete joke. But you can't do that in groups because it's not going to line up. Like, teammates won't pull them in there, and yeah. What? This dude just threw his buff down and then totally ignored it. It was an empowered buff too. What a legend. Oh, what an ass. Wow. Get rid of the bees. Oh, wow, he's about to fall over too. I love how there's a guy with frost pistols, a guy with fire pistols, and a guy with shock pistols. It's like they're actually in a group and they thought like they should have one of each element to make it better. And there's no way this guy actually has weighted blade. That's amazing. This guy's actually getting stagger procs. Weighted strikes, whatever. I was gonna test that, but I didn't get around to it yet because I need to finish the cell crafting thing. In theory, like if you could just boop with a pistol left click, that'd be insane. It'd make every boop in the game completely pointless. And I bet you can. I bet they didn't even think about it. Ha. I don't miss cues. Okay, got one side. Let's get the other side. Did I hit it at all there? I think I got maybe like one of them. Nope. No matter how fast you prep that, you're just not gonna get it. With an axe. Too far. Is it mini? Yeah, they go all mini and you can't damage him whenever he gets stuck. It's so annoying. And a Karabak just survived to run away. Thank you, repeaters. Oh, that would have been fun. What a dick. Pretty sure I flared. Well, nope. There we go, thank you. No more Aether mode for you. Oops, missed. I just had a feeling he was going to come really close to me right there, I don't know. Almost worth it. I not dead? No, I'm dead. I'm for sure dead. Worth it. Not worth it. Man, come back. Dead. Nope. Dead. No! Yes. No, I lost it anyway. Oh, thank you. I was gonna charge that, but I would have gotten less DPS from this overall if I did, because he would have staggered too early. There it is. That is a normal razor wing. 11 minutes because of the way that they implemented pistols. So brilliant. So brilliant. Look at all the Slayer medals. And like, most people don't even need to be using them anymore because all you have to do is kill each thing one time, and then you can just use whatever weapon you want to farm your pistols up, like to get the upgrades and whatnot. So the people doing this are just being stubborn. I need like 2 more of these.
What do you want?
1 more, whatever. This one, yeah, I need 1 more for that to hit 5. And then I need another. I don't know how many for this to hit 5. I'll probably just do the prism first, because I'm pretty sure I can max that to 100, or to 10 immediately. Then I'll just run that on my pistols, because it's a bit better. Brilliant. I need the legs. Super convenient. Dude. Yeah, but it's a terrible one. It's like a super terrible one. The only thing that matters is the barrel. Like, the grips are questionable at best, and the rest of it is like, prisms don't even matter. Yeah, exactly. But like, think about it though. All the prisms do, dude, is add like a stacking 5 damage per hit, which is absolutely nothing. Or like a 2-second reduction if you dodge, which is the best thing out of all the prisms. Or like a movement speed bonus if you're under 4 ammo, which I don't know why you would ever use that. That's actually useless. It's like they were trying to think of the worst possible things that they could put into prisms. I mean, they could have done something like an attack speed increase after landing 4 shots on the same body part, or, you know, whatever. Ugh. Also hate the maps, like, they're cool, but there's nothing to do except kill it. So, like, if I could find things I needed by exploring, then I would be happy to explore, and these would be good, but they're totally empty right now. They could have just, like, put a ton of resources on the maps to hold us over until there's useful stuff. Like, that wouldn't be very difficult. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like whenever I play this game now, I'm just super negative because there's like so much stuff that they could do really easily to make it more enjoyable, and they just don't. Like someone needs to slap them in the face and bring them back to reality or something. Like, there should be so many resources on these maps that it's just like, you don't even know what to do with yourself. If they're this annoying to like traverse and to like find everything on. Like, we just did a full circle and didn't even find the thing, you know, like, nobody knows the maps, so nobody knows where to go. It might be, but it doesn't matter, like, okay. Putting resource nodes, by the way, they move resource nodes all the time. Like, that's a known fact. It would take an hour probably at most to put resource nodes all over this map, like, and actually make it somewhat worthwhile to explore. No, I'm saying that the map itself is so empty that even though it's cool looking, it's actually just takes away from the game experience because it can take so long to find what you're looking for, you know? Oh yeah, there's a like a thingy for this. If you just stand here, you literally don't take damage. It's pretty weird. Oh yeah. But still, it takes you so long to check all the places because they don't have a very good line of sight that it's just unrealistic. Huh. 1700 damage, not bad. On a really crappy right click. Okay, cool, cool. Got a leg break. Oops. Oh wow, you can mark the spikes? That's just brilliant. Oh, and the fact that, like, the... what is it? Like, the mark only shows up if you have an overcharged mark, or the whatever it is. Like, this guy's actually doing pretty well. Because he's getting quite a few visible marks, but, like, you can't buff your teammates' damage with marks unless you get the empowered versions. So... you'd have to have, like, you have to have all empowered right clicks if you want to be really useful with guns. Which is fine, like, it's a high skill cap, you know? I don't think I can stagger him out. Oh, whatever. That's both back legs. I'm good with it. I might break the tail too, because I feel like I'm going to need... Oh, another one of those at some point. Oops. Da, 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 da. Oh, never mind. Guess I'm going for this arm. Oh man, come on, let me... That's such ridiculous interaction. Like, the fact that you just sit there and don't even get hurt. It's like the worst possible place you could be, and you just don't take damage. Oh man, I always mess up my lantern somehow. Keep using it early because I'm not thinking. Oh yeah, so much damage. Oh, I actually did get hurt that time. You have to be like more towards his head than his tail, because sometimes like the tail can hit you and then you're boned. Oh man, that's rude. I got lucky. Do I get lucky twice? I do. How to play Dauntless with an axe. Literally just do nothing but... attack until you die and then get revived and do it again. Lol. Ten-minute Deadeye. Surprising, actually. I don't know. Oh, I got the boops. Okay. I was like, I don't know how they booped, but never mind. Man, this guy is just heretical. Look at that name. Look at that. The Colts. Alright. Let's see here. Yeah, but like... Man... Purple tail again. Alright, whatever. I can do that. What is this thing? Get it to 5. Okay, let's go. Let's go. And before Purple Shroud Tail and I'm somehow out of them again. Nope. Easy. I had one left. Alright. Now, it's Marksman Chamber needs to get to 10, and I need to do another Deadeye thing for that. To get that to 10. And then I'm done. But yeah, dude, okay, so... Like, I understand that Phoenix Labs has less employees and stuff, but... It took them 3 months to do this, dude. So... And now they're saying they're going to bring out weapons every month or something? Or they're bringing out, like, new content every month, like a new behemoth or a new weapon every month. It's like... It just feels... I don't know, man. Like... If they're able to make a ton of new outfits for people to purchase, you know, like one outfit a week, and they can't, for some reason, make a gun animation that looks like a shotgun or something that charges up like a spear, so you have like different methods of shooting your guns if you want to try different things, like, it just feels really lazy, you know, or just like it completely lacks imagination. Like, they already have the hold to shoot type thing figured out, so they could have done something like that with the guns in one of the prisms or something to make it so that your gun is now like a charge up weapon. Like, the longer you charge, the more damage you do, and you know, it makes it better at applying the marks or something, or it does more damage to wounded parts. You know, like anything like that. Like, they could have done, but I don't know, man. And this kind of stuff still pisses me off. Like, there's no good legs with a technique cell in them. Like, there's the fact that like armor slots are basically, the cell slots are just locked to one type. It's so horrible. Because it just makes one helmet better than everything else. Or one set of legs like the only thing that you can wear. Like, if you're using an axe, basically, or a sword, or a hammer, and you're not using like Reza legs, then you're not even playing the game. And that kind of stuff they can fix so easily. It's like, give all legs a mobility slot or something, give all chests, you know, like a utility slot, give all wrists a power slot, give all helmets a technique slot or something, you know, like, I mean, anything like that they could do. But at least that way everything would be even, right? Oops. Oh, that would have been perfect. I was thinking he was going to jump the other way. Would have given me a free reload. Yeah, I mean, guns are okay, I think. Like, it's the pure damage that they deal. I'm not saying that they're, like, well, like, some of it is well designed. Like, I like that you have to reload near the enemy. I like that, you know, I don't know. I like the basic gun itself. It feels fun to use, but as far as just the extra stuff that they added, they could have done much better. And keep in mind, like, these have been functional for a long time. Like, over 3 months, they've had a working model of these. So... Alright, see you, dude. Opacity boy. Like 4 more. And I'm done. With normals. Thank God. That would be translucent, wouldn't it? I thought opaque was like you couldn't see through it. I don't know, man. Oh, I definitely used the wrong armor, didn't I? I did. Oops. No, I didn't. Another rage tail? Man. So I need another one of these. And then I need 4 more? Or 3 more. Something like that. Maybe I'm done after that with stupid normals. I think I'll have to do a couple Rezakiris to finish the marksman chamber. And then I can meme around with stupid builds. Like full wounding stagger damage pistols. That's gonna be fun. I'll pretend I'm helping. Weighted strike 6. Barbed 6 acidic. Oh boy. Dude, do it. You won't. That's what I thought. Ow. Ha, suck it. I don't have a lantern, apparently. Interesting. Oh man, I missed. Easy dodge right into the attack. Yeah, I just checked their buff. Probably rude. Easy. No. Jeez. There we go. Thank you. Rude. Even more rude. Whatever. Whatever. If I use potions, my damage drops really low, so I don't really want to. No. Oh, that leg isn't broken yet. Thanks, dude. Easy reload. Now I gotta find the leg that's not broken. I think it's his right leg. Ow. Man. I gotta reload again. I love getting hit in the middle of a dodge. There we go. Turn around, thank you. Oh, I hate shooting this thing. It just jumps over everything. Like he sits still for a split second, and he's running again. What a legend! Get out of my jungle. Yeah, it can help with farming Reza stuff. But, like, if you try to play really safe, you get punished. Like, you don't do any damage, so... It's really, like, you have to get close to them and reload if you want to do any damage. If you try to reload from far away, you don't do anything. Your damage just goes down the drain, basically. Let's see, I finished off that. Yeah, okay, so now I upgrade this. 2. Yeah. And now I need another 1, 4 more to get this to 5. Good lord. 5 more patrols? Ugh. But there's only like one viable setup for them right now, so... Like, yeah, there's meme builds, but... The only good way to play the pistols right now, like, if you really just want to min-max your damage, is... Rage, Wild Frenzy, Predator, and, like, Evasive Fury with the Duelist Prism and the Marksman Chamber. Any other build is a waste of your time, so... And anyone that says differently is high or stupid. Oh, man. The Pangar. Screw it, I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm gonna finish this tomorrow. Can they hold up DPS wise? I can't answer that yet. I mean, the best thing I can say to you is that if you play them properly, they shoot faster than a sword attacks and they hit for like 500 a hit. So, I mean, in theory, yes, they can, but it's a lot of things have to come together really well for them to be able to do that. You have to land your right click, and it has to be an empowered right click. So you have to reload your gun while you're next to the behemoth, then you have to right click it on a part you want to be shooting, then you have to unload all 12 shots into that part for your damage to actually be good. If you don't do those things, then your damage is not, and you have to also buff yourself with your Q. So you have to throw it on your Q, reload next to the behemoth, right click the part you want to shoot, hit all 12 bullets in that part, and if you do all those things, then yes, your damage is going to be okay. Like, it'll hold up to whatever you want it to. Like, it'll do axe damage, maybe. But it's... Yeah, I mean... If you're playing back and trying to be safe and you're not getting your close reloads and stuff, then there's nothing you're not doing anything. You're like a spectator. Plus, even if you get your close reloads, if you're shooting from far away, you do less damage. There's 3 different damage ranges. There's one that does like 3 to 6 damage per shot or something. One that does like half of your max damage, and then your max damage, which is like... It's more than melee range, but... I would say, like, from me to this tree... Yeah, see this red crosshair thing? That's me to this tree. Now, right here, I'm doing max damage. The crosshair goes red when, like, the thing that you're aiming at is going to be taking max damage. So again, like, white crosshair, red, max damage. And shooting outside of that range is just extra damage. It's not like if you had a finite number, like amount of ammunition, like a certain number of bullets that you could actually use in the whole hunt, you would never shoot outside of that range, basically, because you're doing half damage. Instead of hitting with 12 bullets, it's like hitting with 6. Yeah, it ruins pugs because nobody knows what to do with them, so like the non-gun user is usually just gonna have to carry the entire thing. their damage buff is better than spears, pikes, whatever. And it's easier to get. It goes up to, it's an 80% buff for your whole party. So it's just like, what are pikes? What even? Do I get the buff from his tail? I do. That's nice. I won't complain. Like this thing right here, everybody that shoots this does 80% bonus damage. Or hits it with anything. Like any damage that thing takes is 80% higher. Like it's almost broken already. As you can see there, I'm doing like 60s and then like 6s. There's no reason not to shoot him. But so I'll like shoot once here and then reload just to get my extra damage boosts. And then I throw my buff out. And then I just unload on this. And I'm doing like 388s. That's without a lantern buff. So yeah, I guess you're doing good damage. It's not horrible. It'll definitely stand up. And I have no ammo here, so like I reload and I just try to do some damage even though I'm not gonna get anything good right now. Try to pick up my buff though. Get an empowered reload. There we go. So like now I have my buff, I have my reload, I hit something, and now I do damage. Like this is when I can actually hurt things. You know, unless I fall. The buff is 15% attack speed. And if it gets empowered, then that gives the attack. See, I'm going to reload again, even though I just reloaded, because I needed to get an empowered right click. See, I'm going to get another empowered clip, because that also makes all your bullets do more damage too. So, like, empowerment affects you, and then it affects your ability, and then it also just affects your basic bullets. So I'm shooting him because I want to run out of a little bit of ammo so I can force a reload again. Like manual reload. Get empowered. Shoot that. Oh, wow. He dodged it, whatever. Even if I don't get my my right click to mark something, I still have empowered ammo, which still gives me a lot more damage. I guess I'll revive this guy, but it's a complete waste of time. 99% of people using guns right now don't do any damage, so there's just kind of a, yeah, stupid situation. I think if you start your reload near them, it gives you the empowerment, even if you don't, like, even if they leave, which is good. I think Evasive Fury is pretty good with these two. And I use Evasion, I don't run Conditioning, because you don't need to dodge very often, and you can't sprint, so no point in either. Look at that. Oh, come on. And then the reason, like, if anybody else gets a Gold Slayer in here, it's because I was buffing their damage, and they were shooting my bullseyes. Otherwise, they wouldn't have anything. It's pretty toxic, actually, like how low the damage is on most of these, in most parties. I could have buffed myself there, but, and the other thing is, like, I'm squad buffing my squad non-stop, and they're not using their squad buffs at all, because nobody ever does the proper reloads, so pretty annoying. Like, my buff, whenever I throw it out, it gives my whole squad my buff, like 15%, usually. But when they throw theirs out, it's usually just a solo. Like, I just threw out a solo buff, but that's just because it ran out and I didn't have it powered. I might be able to break it. Like, this is the squad, but oh, no, never mind, it ran out. But might be able to break his other leg here. Probably not. Get more empowerment. Nope. Yep, there it is. Alright, I guess we'll go for the tail next. There's a squad buff thing, has, well, broke, whatever. As soon as I said that, I stopped buffing them. There's the tail gone. It's super easy to get people to break parts with this, I will say that much. Like, if there's a bullseye on something, people are going to hit it, because the damage is so much higher. But it makes wounded parts look useless. Like, yeah, you can wound, but then you can just mark it instead, or you can wound and mark, which is fine. That's nice. Oops. Like that, I feel like should have been empowered, but it wasn't. Broken head now. Oh, he's running. That's unfortunate. Whatever. I don't think I'm going to finish the guns tonight, because it's going to be another 4 or 5 patrols on top of like a couple Reza runs. You did like 8 patrols or something. Maybe more, I don't even know. It's gonna be really annoying to get a good... I'm just not gonna bother getting the little arms. Hitting them with my right click is too much of a pain. I love how that was not an empowered reload. Oh, wow. Come on, get back up, get back up. There we go. I don't even think they shoot that far, actually. But yeah. I mean, you can probably just snipe... Yeah, you can just snipe the scales off, too. That's pretty funny. Oh. Thank you? Okay. Easy. Whatever. I think I can just self-res here. Oops, wrong button. If you throw your buff on top of them, it just gets blown up and doesn't do anything. Pretty cool. Oh, unfortunate. What? Oh my god, really? How cool. You cannot dodge during a reload, which is pretty aggravating. But I mean, I can see why, because if you could dodge during a reload, you'd never be punished for trying to get empowered. Like this, basically. Oh, no. No. Bad Pangar. Yeah, green damage buff. Sorry, I have to alt tab to see Twitch. And no, nobody else is even bothering to do that. They don't have the chamber to do it. People don't like using that one, apparently. Maybe once they realize it's so much better, they will, but the other one shoots a giant, huge explosion, so I'm sure that's the one people prefer. Even though it does shoot a huge explosion, this still does just more damage anyway. So, you know, that's a thing. Did he really run away again? Good God. Lame. But yep, no damage. I'm gonna steal all of these. I mean, I'm doing damage, but like the team is doing no damage. Even with like bad pistols, you can still do some DPS. Like, we should have better damage than we currently do. It should have died before it ran away. Like, even with bad pistols. Did I get that from the... Yeah, thank you. I did just hit the mini arm. That wasn't even on purpose. There needs to be some sort of sprint. Or like if you go for a period of time without shooting, you run faster. Something like that needs to be in the game. Let's see these medals. Yeah. Not surprised. Yeah, I did. This is just what random pubs are like right now. You can't, like, if you go into a hunt and you can't just hardcore carry them kicking and screaming, then it's over. You can't win. Because they forgot to put, like, a limit on, like, how high your damage has to be before you can go into Maelstrom with pistols, so people just go in there with really crappy guns and have no clue how to play. I mean, I killed a Rezo with like under 300 damage, but that's because it's like you'd have to, if you know what you're doing, it's fine, you know?
Yes? What is it?
Man, I hate that glitch.
Please, show respect.
Tail gem, brilliant. That looks like fun. Well, that is probably as far as I'm going to go tonight, because I don't feel like doing more tail gems right now. Yeah, so what are they at? 414, so 16 more. Yeah, I don't know, that's not bad.
Leave her alone, Spectra.
Anyways,
It's okay.
yeah, I'll catch you guys later.